I don't know. I always like.
Let's get it.
I always don't know how to start these things. Live at 105. Welcome to the Castle Show. Stanaj.
Hey.
How badly do people mess up your name?
Oh man, I've gotten Stangy. I got Stanj. Just they forget the second A. I don't know. I could keep going, but Stanaj. 10 points for saying it right.
Stanaj was my first guess, but then I was like, wait, that's too easy. I felt like Spanish is my first language, so like sounding everything out is like, that's where Stanaj is what I did with it.
Yeah, you got it right.
Creeping on your Instagram, you are the R&B girl master.
That's so funny. I was just talking about that to some friends. Literally, I think today I was like, I should call it R&BBQ.
See? I think it's genius.
BQ.
Make it an IG story, or I'm sorry,
like
your
Instagram
IGTV. Yes,
right? Like an episode once a week.
I'd
just
be with it.
And singing like super R&B love songs.
There was like a secret ingredient you had on there. You only pronounced it in it's Albanian, but what is it? Like a spice?
So I don't know if it's Albanian or I don't know where it's from, but
Yeah,
a
like
lot
a whole
of
pack of
Albanians
it, though.
use it. It's called veget.
Veget.
That's how you say it in Albanian. I think it's actually written like VEGETA, Vegeta or something. But I've had it since I was a little kid, and I literally can put that on like pizza. I could put it on cheeseburgers, on anything. It's just like a spice. It's almost like garlic salt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
I guess
it's my
right now
secret touch.
I'm addicted to like an adobo seasoning. I put it on
Adobo
everything
seasoning.
I cook.
Wow.
Everything. Chicken,
Okay.
fries, vegetables,
Turn up.
whatever. Got it all in one pack. But I'm super excited to have you here. Tell me a little bit about your background and just how we came to this point with all your hard work, because I know it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah. Well, I'm from New York. Born and raised. I'm first generation Albanian, so Albanian was my first language growing up in New York. I had to speak to my parents. They didn't know English at the time, and
You're the translator.
That was great. Yeah, I was the one filling out the paperwork at the doctor's office when I was like 6, 7. But no, yeah, like just growing up being first generation Albanian, I sang Albanian music my whole life, and then when I was in like high school, I started switching over to English. And, I remember I sang Drake's Fall for Your Type on the piano, and I played it in front of my family. I was like, you guys should maybe I'm bugging, but we should switch from Albanian folklore music to like English music. I'm like, I know
It was a wee thing though?
The market's not that big right now in America for Albanian folk music. Like maybe we should transfer it. But yeah, literally, we all just sat there and I sang for them, and then they're like, we should definitely do it, because for me, all my decisions are kind of like a family decision.
I was gonna ask. You said we should switch.
Yeah.
So was it like other people playing instruments?
Well, my whole family is super musical.
Very cool.
But whenever I think of my career, I think of it as we, because it's such a dream for them as much as it is for me.
That's awesome.
So whenever I'm doing something, I just see the fulfillment in like my dad and my mom's face, and it's more of a we thing than than just me, which also is really good because I drove to California. From New York to California with my brother.
Fun.
Did the whole spiel, every place I could sing, I would sing just to be seen. And there would be times where I was super deflated and didn't want to do it, and I would remember like it's not just my dream. There's a lot of people behind this that that want this to happen for me, and that was something that would drive me always.
I love seeing your smile as you're talking about like this being a we thing with your family. That's really dope, because sometimes it can be taken on as a burden, like oh, I got to take care of a bunch of people, but you're like, I'm excited, like we got this, guys.
I actually prefer the pressure. I like
a little fire.
And not that there is pressure, but like in general, I like having reason. And sometimes, music is my favorite thing ever. I can't imagine doing anything else. That can be my reason for everything. But then just on top of it, when I see my dad, crying while I'm singing on stage, and my mom, just, her bottom lip quivering, I'm like, oh man. I'm like, this is deeper than I thought.
That's awesome. What are some Albanian like culture ideals that you kind of bring with you to the business?
Well, man, as far as musically, you'll hear a lot of stuff on the album, which should be coming out in a couple months. You'll hear some Albanian influence in a couple of songs, and just in general, Albanian music is super hard to sing. It's in chromatic scales. It changes keys a lot. It's just super trippy. The time signatures are totally all over the place. And I think learning that first helped me, sing what I sing now. Some of the riffs, for example, in Albanian are like extremely hard.
Who else is Albanian? Is BB Rexa Albanian?
BB Rexa is Albanian.
Yeah,
Dua Lipa is Albanian.
She hits those notes.
Yeah, BB's awesome. BB, Dua, who else? Action Bronson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gashi?
Gashi.
Yes.
Gashi. Our new girl, Ava Max.
Yes.
She's Albanian. So the Albanians are kind of on a roll right
we're
now.
Out here.
Yeah, we're out here. We are out here.
It's we're family. Yes. So I watched one of your videos with Ty Dolla $ign, Dirty Mind, and I thought it was kind of interesting in the sense of like I see this guy, you seem so sweet and innocent to be singing these lyrics about thinking about other girls. What is like the bad boy side about you that people don't know about?
Well, I think for me it's like I just like being nice to people, right? I don't know how else to.
But we all have sides. We're humans.
So that's the thing. I have my sides. If I'm trying to, do my thing, that's the thing. Like I grew up singing behind a piano, and I love singing my ballads, and those are my babies when I'm on stage doing those songs. But at the same time, I'm still young. I like to go out. I like to party. I like to do things. So I gotta write about it, you know what I mean?
I gotta write about the things that I like to do.
I gotta write about the things.
Tell me more.
So yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. Shot down right down the middle with Dirty Mind, but no, yeah, it's just I try to. You'll hear a lot of different styles of music in the album, and it's just really all the sides of me. That's the way I like to describe it. It's if I'm feeling nasty and I want to sing Dirty Mind, I sing Dirty Mind. If I'm feeling a certain type of way, I'll sing what's an older song because I can't say my new songs yet. Find Me or Changed or something. So
it's okay if you let it slip.
You know what I mean? It's just really cool to have these different, because that's how we all are. I don't care what anyone says. We all have our sides to us. So I just put mine on blast and see if people like it.
It feels better when you just put all your sides on blast.
I'm just like, you know what? This is it.
This is
we,
guys.
This is we. Like Lil Nas X dropped Old Town Road. That was one of his sides. A little cowboy guy.
I love it.
And it's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, I was just having this conversation with somebody over the weekend about the singers tapping into multiple sides. There was another song. It was a rapper, but it sounded kind of alternative, kind of like on the Juice WRLD. Tyler Yahweh. High Right Now and stuff, and songs like that, tapping into their multiple sides, which I think is really dope.
Yeah, no, I just think right now music is doing something really cool, and it's exciting to just be a part of it and being in the mix.
What are some relationships that you're excited that you've like kind of started building or like meeting people in the industry?
Man, I could write a list.
I bet.
For me,
it can be even like the most random people though. It doesn't have to be someone like on a top celebrity level.
For sure. I feel like at this point, I almost want to say I feel like I've met like 90% of the people that are out here doing music, right? Like
meeting other artists has been real inspirational.
Has been real awesome. I sang at Jennifer Lopez's house for Christmas this year, right? Just in her living room. And I'm like looking there, and then Sia starts singing the harmony while I'm singing, and like Tank is singing, and like all these things are happening. And I'm like, yo, this is not real. Like this has to be the trippiest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
What movie am I in right now?
So yeah, I mean, all these, I could write a list, and for me, it's just, I don't know. I like to take a step back and like just look at what's happening, because it'll never get old to me, no matter.
Speaking of Sia, I just saw Kim Kardashian had just posted a video of the Sunday service, and they turned Elastic Heart into like the gospel song, and she sang a part of it, and I was like, wow, her voice.
Crushed.
They didn't have a microphone, nothing. She was just wailing it out.
Yeah, I mean, we were in her living room, and she was just. It sounds unreal. It literally sounds like the record.
I bet.
It's super fire.
Super crisp.
Oof.
Oh,
She's the best.
all right. Shout out to Sia. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Do we have an album title or a date?
We don't have an album title yet. I can say my next single comes out the 28th, and it's called Love Me.
Okay.
And I'm super excited for everybody to hear that, and
Has your family heard it already?
Everybody heard it. Okay. Everybody on my side heard it, and we're just all super excited to put it out.
As long as the family agrees.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Thank you so much for stopping by the Castle Show, Stanaj.
Thank you for
on
having me.
Live 105.